It was Christmas Eve 2002 in Modesto, California. Families were wrapping gifts, preparing dinners, and celebrating love. But for one family, that night would mark the beginning of a mystery that captured the nation and divided it. Her name was Laci Peterson. She was 8 months pregnant, glowing with anticipation for her baby boy. And then, she was gone. Laci was 27 years old. Friends described her as warm, kind, and full of life. On the morning of December 24th, her husband, Scott Peterson, said he left home to go fishing near the Berkeley Marina. When he returned later that day, Laci wasn't there. Her car was still parked outside. Her belongings were untouched. Only the family dog was found wandering the neighborhood, leash still attached. The Peterson family immediately grew concerned and called the police. Searches began that evening, spreading through parks, neighborhoods, and nearby waterways. At first, it seemed like a missing persons case, but soon, suspicion and media attention would turn into something much larger. Police began their investigations quickly, interviewing neighbors, friends, and anyone who had seen Laci that morning. Then, a revelation changed everything. A woman named Amber Frey came forward, saying she had been in a relationship with Scott Peterson, unaware he was married. She later cooperated with police, providing recordings and testimony that became central to the case. The public's focus shifted. What began as a search for a missing woman became a question of betrayal, secrets, and motive. Scott maintained his innocence, saying he loved his wife and unborn son deeply. But as the investigation continued, scrutiny of his actions and inconsistencies in his statement intensified. Months passed with no answers. Then, in April 2003, 2 sets of human remains were discovered near the San Francisco Bay, not far from the marina where Scott said he had gone fishing. Through DNA testing, authorities confirmed the remains were Laci and her unborn son. The discovery broke the hearts of a nation that had been holding out hope for a miracle. Shortly after the discovery, Scott Peterson was arrested. He was charged with the death of Laci and her baby, Connor. The case drew enormous media coverage. Every development was televised, every court appearance analyzed. Persecutors described Scott as a man who wanted freedom and a new life. The defense argued that the evidence was circumstantial and that the media's influence made a fair trial nearly impossible. After months of testimony, the jury reached its decision. In November 2004, Scott Peterson was found guilty and sentenced to death. Years later, in 2020, California's Supreme Court overturned the death sentence, citing errors in jury selection. In 2021, his sentence was changed to life in prison without the possibility of parole. More than 20 years later, the case of Laci Peterson still stirs debates. Some believed the evidence was clear and justice was served. Others questioned whether public opinion, amplified by constant media coverage, influenced the outcome. Regardless of where one stands, the human tragedy remains the same. A young mother, a child who never took its first breath, and a family forever changed. The story of Laci Peterson reminds us that behind every headline, there are real people, families, dreams, and moments that deserve compassion, not spectacle. If this story moved you or made you think differently, take a moment to support the channel. Click subscribe, like, share, and comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a new case breakdown. What are your thoughts on the Laci Peterson case? Do you believe justice was served, or was there more beneath the surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments respectfully. Your perspective might be featured in an upcoming episode. This remains True Crime Dami. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, every story leaves a shadow.